To begin this lab, download and open the basic gates file in Multisim. The first logic gate that you will be looking at is an AND gate. So this is the symbol for an AND gate right here. It kind of looks like the letter D that's been stretched out a little bit. And I ask that you test every possible input and see what the output is. So these two little lights here represent the input as either 0 or 1. And this light is the output, which will either be 0 or 1. Now 0 being off and 1 being on. And just a couple other little things. This little T right here, that's power. This little triangle-y thing, that is ground. So if I run this thing, remember click the green arrow to run it. If I flip switch 1 on, in other words, if I hit key 1, or I could just click it, either case, I can type key 1 as well, and that will also work. But if I flip the switch up, I think you can see what's happening. Now power is getting run to that little light. So that's why the light came on. Interesting. Now notice the output is still off. I'll flip key 1 down and I'll try key 2. So 0, 0, we can see that the output is off. We already did 1, 0, right? This key is on and this one is off and the output is still 0. Let's try 0, 1. Notice the output is still 0. And then finally, I'm trying every possible combination here. 1, 1, right? When both of these switches are up, that guy's going to power, that guy's going to power. That's a logic 1 when something is powered, or 5 volts. Notice my output is 1. Hey, this is an AND gate. And the way an AND gate works, no big surprise, is when both inputs are 1, in other words, when this guy is a 1 and this guy is a 1, the output is a 1. That's why it's called an AND gate. All right. So now I'm back in the Desmos activity and I'm going to fill in what I just observed. When the inputs were both zeros, I got a 0. When I had a 0, 1, I still had a 0. 1, 0, still a 0. When input 1 was a 1 on, and when input B was a 1 on, in other words, when both inputs are on, my output was on. I'm going to try it. Hey, I got them all right. Now you notice if you get one wrong, of course, you get that little X there. Isn't that great? All right, so now you're going to go to the next logic gate. Oh, before that, it says fill in the symbol. Yeah, I'm supposed to write the symbol for an AND gate, and you know what that looks like. It looks kind of like a big D right there. So I'll just, well, all right, it's not super neat, but you get the idea. That's my AND gate symbol. Then I'll go to the next slide, and it says, now in Multisim, let's replace the AND gate with an OR gate, and we're going to try it again. So here I am back in Multisim, and I'm going to replace the AND gate with an OR gate. Now before you do that, of course, you have to stop the simulation from running. Now if I double click on this guy, I just double clicked, it allows me to replace the gate. So I'm going to replace it with an OR gate. Now you can see right here, I have an AND gate 2. Now that 2 means a 2 input AND gate. You can see that you can have 3, 4, 5, all sorts of numbers of inputs of AND gates, but I want to replace it with a 2 input OR gate. So I'll go down to my ORs. That is an OR 2 input right there. Hit OK. Bam, it replaced it with a 2 input OR gate. So right away you can see what the symbol is. Now I'm not going to run through this one, but I'm again saying you run the circuit and try every possible combination of zeros and ones, see what the output is, document it in the little Desmos slide show there, and then change the gate again as directed in the Desmos activity. All right, I think that should be enough to get you started.